Welcome back to part 8. Now, most parts have been painted. The parts that haven't been painted are things like anchors and rails that I am going to go into right now. All the hatches all been painted. The little pip deck has been painted. I'll try now. You'll probably hear things rocking along. Yep, knew that was going. Everything's loose, so I was actually surprised. But I'm just now the pip deck turned out really quite nice. I'm just going to take that off because I'm going to drop it sooner or later. But all the corners, I'm just wondering, but all the corners, I mean everything is just very nice. Put that away. Now before I go on anymore, things have changed with the build. It might actually take a little bit longer. My wife, in her glee of having a couple of glasses of champagne with me, decided that I was going to light it up. So we're back to LEDs. Now this time I'm going to use the light ones, not the ones that I used on the Dunkirk. These give off a fair bit of light, and if I was prepared I would have had a battery. But you can get these also in a amber yellow, which I think would be more suited for the era, as it would be like more of an oil light. The other thing is, and I'm going to rave on a little bit here. That's not really a rave on. I'm just going to lay a couple of inches, centimeters, a foot, 37. Anyway, bang, there goes that chair again. Now, I've been going through this plan left, right and centre, the instructions. Excuse me while I move the Pearl of the Orient. The black, yeah, we've nicknamed this, as it is right now, the Black Pearl of the Orient. It's quite fitting actually. Now, can you guys see this pretty clear? Alright. Yep, and that's the part I want to show. Now, the little boats, lifeboats. Now, I don't like the way that they've got the string glued to the edge of the boat. I don't want to say in hindsight later on I should have done it and I should have done it, but I'm going to make little D-rings, whatever you want to call them. As a Boilermaker, you'd think I'd know the name, but she doesn't come, I can't even think of it. Now, in my last rant, I was going on about that I had a drama, and I totally skipped the point. I thought I'd lost one of my many hand winches, and I found it, but I was in the process of making a new one. Now, going back to this, the reason why I went back to that was it's not hard to cut a bit of plastic, drill a hole through the guts of it, and then shape it into some sort of a gusset. Thank you, a gusset. and then glue that gusset on the side. I'd only have to make 1, 2, 3, 4. How many boats I got? 4 or 8? And I got 4. I think 4 and 5. I think pretty much it's the same on the other side, because I've got exactly the same amount of winches on the other side. But anyway, to have it just glued to the side, no, ain't gonna happen. And the other thing I'm having a problem with is the anchor, the way it comes off and rubs across the deck. Now, do you think there'd be a groove or something there? I don't know. You think something? And what was the other thing? Oh, and the other thing is, yes, I got excited then. I really don't know how well you guys can see this, but I will point them out. I've got these triangular sails here, which I've got no problems, right? And to adjust them, I've got a line that goes from there all the way down to the 1, 2, 3, third one along the deck. Alright? Now, I've got no problem with that, none whatsoever. What I do have a problem with is I don't have any basic knowledge of how rigging works. I've got the idea how, you know, tighter you pull it and all that idea. But to me, if you've got something coming down on its direct angle like that, isn't it going to hit the spokes as it's going around? That was my other thing. I thought you'd think it'd come down to a pulley, say, right about there, and then it'd be, you know, going around that, and then you just step over the rope. Just a thought. That's another idea which has really stopped the painting and everything. The other thing is too, is, I think I mentioned it, is the stairs for the poop deck. I still haven't made those. I just spent a lot of time preparing for painting. And I thought I'd leave you with that for the time being. Yeah, LEDs. I'm going to be running that off a 240 adapter. For the simple reason I just want to be able to turn it on and off, and it's on. In the case, I'm also thinking of putting lights behind the ship, so, and at the bottom, so it lights up the sails when it's in its case. It's another thought I was thinking of. I don't know if I mentioned, but my daughter's going to be painting me a background of the ocean with the sky, and so I'm thinking, you know, it's sunset. I don't know, it's just a thought. With the lights on, just a thought. But that's not for a long way away. But the wheels are in motion, and the wife is on board with most of my crazy antique ideas right now, because she actually adores the ship. But I think it'll be the last one for a little while. I mean, I've got a couple other little models packed away, but yeah, I think the big ones for now will be a bit of a wishful think. Until next month, I hope not. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. Yeah, that's right, Sid. Sorry, I was going to leave you with that. Now, like I said, all these parts are painted. I actually built the rudder. Here we go. They turned out nice. Then you've got all the other ladders, the little boat that goes on the rear. They're all painted, so it's really, it comes down to applying the base coats of my different browns that I've want to do, and I have chosen Wood Deck Tan FX78 for the deck. I hope that's not a mistake. But I am, and only because I watched a video on it, and what the guy did is wherever he had a deck, he painted it flat yellow underneath to bring out the warmness of the deck tan, the wooden deck tan. And then over that you do your oil black wash, and it turned out really well. So I'm going to give that a go. The other colour which I've chosen, and I actually went in the shop and I went, yep, that's the brown I want. And looked at it and it says linoleum deck brown. Now, never knew we had this as a deck colour, but there you go. But I'm going to be using that for the majority of things like the bottom of the little boat, ladders, anything that's in contrast with the deck. All the winches will be painted with this colour. Sides of the hull where it's not green or crimson, and even the poop deck. There's been many discussions about the poop deck and the ship itself as far as colouring. Some of us want to go onto the dark side and keep it as the Black Pearl of the Orient. And I even got as far as, yes, we can actually even paint the sails red, because if you look at a lot of pictures of junks, a lot of their sails are red, and I thought black and red, a bit of gold, perfect. But please the wife, and I'm going to go with the original colours. But even then, the temple itself will be, I think mostly, if anything, I'll do the sides like that, say crimson, and above, but have the windows brown, and then you got all the rails which will be brown. Oh, and that's the other modification I've been thinking about. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Poop deck and the front deck. Now, I'm looking at windows, and these windows are huge. And same with the front winch house. What I'm thinking of, and while it's not too late and while I still have plenty of time to do the interior, I'm actually thinking about stretching out some sprue into really thin and putting it like, not steel bars, but bamboo, you know, just to, I don't know, it's just a thought, just a little bit different. To me, I can't see them being glass. I mean, I'd have to look it up and see if they even had glass, like for windows that size back then, which, I mean, they're pretty big windows. And they're not toughened or anything, you know, it's like a 14th century. So, but who knows what technologies they had. So I'm still in two minds of what to do with all these holes. Like I said, I'm actually thinking about putting, like, well, steel bars to give it a little bit of something else. I think that's it, and we'll leave it at that, and I hope you guys have a good one.